Good evening everybody and welcome along to League 2 action here at PBE. We're in Italy for the last time this weekend. We're just waiting for one driver to get in and we'll be underway. Hopefully all be going well. Afternoon Haywire, hope you're well Sonat. Haywire missed last week, so his first race of the season this weekend. Here's hoping for a good race from him. It's improving a lot since he first joined the league. A bit like, didn't start off as bad as me, but he's making them improvements just like I did. I hope this weekend I have no internet problems. I do know I've got a PlayStation as old as Theo, so I may end up having some Tango kind of issues, but we'll crack on. A couple of minutes left before the guys ready up. If someone can at the Alpine driver please in the Discord, that'd be great. I'm not sure if it's my download speed seems to be working. I think it's my upload speed. But I'm not tech savvy like that. Anyway, like I say, I hope we'll have no issues and we'll get this underway. So if you weren't here earlier, you missed a wet race in League 1 earlier. I finished P8. Had a couple of lag issues on that, so that's why I'm not overly confident about this one, but stream wise, but it will be sorted for next week. And the funds are nearly there for the PlayStation 5, so fingers crossed I can get that sometime before Christmas. Go. So got a couple of, like I say, a couple of minutes left to go. Yo Cody, fellow Aston Martin teammate and YouTube's teammate in League 2. Cody of course finished third last week after a near collision with Jonesy, but the worst that happened was Cody went wide a bit, so no harm, no foul, I guess. There you go. We are underway. I'm assuming the Alpine driver jumped in his car. It did get a spin at the end there. Maybe I'm going to run through the grid. Jake Wilson is on the grid with us this afternoon. The boss, he is hosting the lobby just to cut down on the way on my internet connection. Evening Tommy mate, hope you're well. Tommy of course, 2 races, one on Friday, one on Saturday, got 12 points on each. And Cody's redeemed a rehydrate. Thank you very much for that mate. I don't exactly know what rehydrates are and what they do, but thanking you. I know you've got to accumulate them 2,500 things, whatever you use, the paintbrush emoji, but I'm sure it's meant to be the letter P. So yeah, we're at Monza. See, it was a wet race early on. It might be that way again. As Dobrev says evening to you Dobrev, and Lucky is Dookie, as we all know his alibi. Evening mate, yeah, he's fine. How am I doing? I'm doing well mate, had a good race here early on, wet race, and I finished P8, so again I'm not set. I started 17th and finished P8, so I've got to be happy with that. I'm not doing the setups for pace. The quicker cars I kind of handle them, so I've got to sacrifice qualifying speed to make sure I get through these races. Even at Bradfield, or should I say afternoon, mate? Yeah, we're UK, so Tommy is early evening. It'll be what, a minute after 6 for Tommy over in Deutschland. Yeah, mate, thank you very much. It's a very decent result. I'm very pleased with that. Tyres wise, he's won tyres, but I'm assuming, yeah, everyone's just going to go out. Excuse me. Go out on the softs. Who's just sandbagging? Who's got extra fuel? Who's going for it straight off? Oh, Jonesy's put mediums on, so that could tell me that it's a wet race. Or he's going to start on softs. Jonesy currently leader in the championship after one round. Finished second last week, like I say. He just pipped Cody to that final, to that second place. Cody picking up the final podium. What's the weather like for the race? Bradfield's asking if anyone wants to put it in the Discord, in the chat. I was going to say put it in the Discord to let him know, so I don't know, because I like to find out. But it's looking a bit cloudy. Looks like it might be breaking through from the rain of earlier. So Cody now, he's through in the first, well, the second chicane, first sector. He's around the first Lesbo with the second Lesbo. He's going to hit that DRS. Here it is, open. Like I said, Cody, along with his teammates, joined the league halfway through. Well, I'm saying halfway through. They're halfway through the last game cycle, so he's had a season with her, and he's another driver. However, this kid seems to have it in his blood. He's picked up the pace of this game, like Max Verstappen kind of pace. So he's just got to keep it on track and finish the races, which he did in round 1, so that was happy to see. And he puts the first time in of a 20.4. I do expect the low 20s to be alright today in League 2. Maybe see one or two drivers jump into the 19s, but we'll see. Lennon could be one of them. He's looking good for a 19, but he's just in the low 20s with a 20.2. That's still a good time from Lennon. As Yash is back into the pits, so we're going to have Nizzy next. Nizzy is just starting his lap because he invalidated his last one. So jump on board with, no, it's not Bearded Dave, is it? It's not Swanshanks. It's Han. Han is about to start a lap. So it's Aston Martin next. Is that Haywire next to put his first time in on the board? It's certainly looking good. There you go, with a 21.4. So what's that? He's a couple of seconds behind Senna, who we've just seen jump to the top. Now Senna, I'm going to say straight off the bat, is probably favourite to take this title. Everyone knows his time trials are up there, and as we can see, as I was saying, Jake Wilson is in the lobby, but as he's a championship driver, he's going to start at the back, and as he is the boss, I guess, he gets to race all 5 leagues if he wants. He's the only guy I can't say no to. So as you see, times are coming in on the board. Villa there with a 42, definitely got more pace than that. Oh, the Octopus is out. Banana Buster, how you doing, mate? And I, Peter, dry and overcast quali, but dry and clear race. There you go. So it's an all dry race. So Jonesy's come off. No, he hasn't. There he is, Jonesy on the mediums, and he's put a 21.4 in. Probably going for a couple of laps on them mediums, getting his eye in. As we see, Nizzy. There you go, the second driver. He's 100th. He's 100th ahead of Senna. So there you go, early doors. Nizzy and Senna are going to set the pace for the benchmark. I say I might have seen one or two drivers drop into the 19s, but for the most part I do expect to see a lot more, like I say, not pacey setups, more of a better handling kind of setup with some of these drivers. And it's not criticism, but Silva there puts himself P6. Hasn't had the best of starts. Didn't do over clever last week, and he had a bit of a bad incident on Wednesday over on our partner channel. Like I say, we're going to run through some times. Oh, did I see? Yeah, that's Jonesy. He's gone a bit better. There you go. But he's down on his next lap. So, oh, that's a Mercedes. That was Scooby Stu getting out the way, and he went at the wall. Unless it just showed he went at the wall, and there is a car. There is Jonesy. Where is he? He's come out of Lesbos too, and he's lost his wheel, Jonesy. That's a great shame. That is that Yash. Can we get a look on that on board with Yash? So he's come out of the second Lesbo. Looks like he might have hit too much curb, and he's bounced that wall and it's spun him, and he's facing the other side of the track. So unfortunately for Jonesy, he's going to be starting P15 at best. He's going to be starting, well, at the moment P15, but I see a driver still to put times in, and we're seeing times change. So Senna's gone better again with a 20.1. Lennon's in fourth there with a 20.2. Cody with a 20.4. So what's that, a tenth between 3 and 4. Then it's a couple of tenths between 4, 5 and 6. Andy Liu, I'm sure, has got a bit more time in the 22.8, so 2 tenths. Then we've got a little drop of 4 tenths to Broken Arrow. Maniac with a 22.4. Definitely got to be more time from him. Maniac finishing P4 last week. As we've seen someone jump up again. Who was that? That was Peter. He's good on a 20.9. Like saying these high. Ooh, there's Big Boy going very wide there, coming out of the parabolical, and he's come straight into the pits. So Paige, very big happy birthday to Paige. It is her birthday today. And we've got Kinsel there, them two still in the pits. Bearded Dave, he's on his lap. And we've got yellow flag. That'll just be for a slow car in Lesbo 1, Lesbos or whatever. Bearded Dave jumps to P10 with a 21.2. Again, I'm sure more time to come from Bearded Dave. Swanshanks just raced League 1 as well, got a P6 I do believe. He's still in the pits, and Yash is out. Don't know if Yash has crashed. But he is renowned for a crasher too, is Yashi. Crashy Yashi as he's referred to. As Jonesy says, as Albo says, typical Jonesy, and Jonesy says he did it again. Was safe, went for one more lap, and dead. Yeah. How many times we've seen that already? If you go out too early, you're pushed. I mean, if you're feeling you can better it, you push that little bit too far, even though you know you're safe, and that's it, you're gone. Right, so Paige is out on a lap, on an out lap, sorry. Bearded Dave, is he going for back to backs? If he is, he's a tenth and a half down. We'll see it through 2 sectors, but we can see if he made that up through Ascari. Is he going for it? Is he coming into the pits? He's going for it. He could be going for another run. Yeah, he is 3 tenths down. So you've got to expect, if this is lap, this is going to be lap 3 now for Bearded Dave, so I'm expecting a lot of fuel in this run, and then he's going to drop it, put a fresh set of tyres on in a couple of minutes and go again. Scooby Stu, same thing from him. 3 laps he's done on them tyres. Maniac, like I say, he must have just been getting his eye in for me. Big Boy in and back out. We've got Paige is on our lap now, so we'll jump on with board with Paige, give her some TV time as she comes through turns 1 and 2 on her birthday. Car number 2 there. Coming around the Curva Grande there to complete sector 1. What time we're looking at there for Page? That's a 26.5. That's a good little time that from Page for sector 1. There you go, purple sector. Let's make sure everyone's sandbagging. So there you go through the 2 Lesbos. And Cody's out. Cody's out, and that's a flag through Ascari. But that's for a blue car, so the Aston Martin must have retired in the pits, knowing he was safely through. I couldn't imagine him going out again. There we go, so Page comes through Ascari. There's a wheel there, right in the centre of the track. She's just drove through. Typical Codemasters. Bradfield pointed that out the other night in Championship, Premier League, I do believe. So round parabolical she comes now, and she's going to put her first time on the board on her birthday. What's it going to be from Page? It's a bit of a slower lap from Page with a 22.5. She's just getting her eye in. Maybe she's going for another run straight off the bat. We'll keep an eye on that. And that looks like Haywire has come across the line. So he's safe. So maybe he just needs to watch what he's doing. Swanshanks is invalidated, even though he put a purple first sector in. That's a shame from Swanshanks. So Big Boy is invalidated, so he's got to put a better time in that, or he's going to be starting behind Jonesy. Like I say, Kinsell, Swanshanks. Well, Kinsell generally doesn't do qualifying either. Well, he didn't short qualifying when he reserved, but I don't see why he's not now. Swanshanks, like I say, is going very slow, coming up that little straight there. I don't know what that one's called, into Ascari. So he's going to obviously go again, just letting the guys past. I'll quickly look. So it's going to be back on board with Page. I didn't check our second intermediate split time there, I don't know, but unfortunately it is looking a little bit slower than our last lap, so maybe these are just practice runs as well. 18, 19, 20. Oh no, she might be a bit better. Yeah, she's nearly half a second better. Well done, Page. That's a 22.0. So the time is improving, and she's currently P12. So it's looking like the 20s are safe. 21s, could see more time from them. And what we've got in there is oh, Tommy says welcome to the bottle club, mate. To Jonesy. And Cody says he at least got through Q1 this time. There you go. So he must have retired it in the pits. Serious question to everyone. Do you think 2020 is better than 2021 from Albo? Well, I think people are just more used to 2020, and there's so many changes. A lot of people aren't happy with that. They wanted just like a straight transition and nothing having to change with their driving style. But I've certainly seen drivers take of it like a duck of water, and then obviously drivers with good reputations on 2020 are struggling a bit. But the guys that learn, the wheel and the throttle control, for me, they're the ones that are going to be, that have got good throttle control. I feel that's key. So Paige, is she on an in lap? Yes, she is. So Paige is going to regroup and maybe have to go back out. Something's happened to Swanshanks. So Swanshanks is going to start dead last. I didn't see Swanshanks lose it as I was too busy waffling on there. Is anyone actually out on the pit? There you go. Big Boy has improved on his time by some 20 seconds. So he's currently P11. I've seen some change as well there. I missed that one. Maybe it was... So it looked like... Well, it wasn't an Aston Martin, it was an AlphaTauri, wasn't it? So... Yeah, it was the Maniac. Maniac's jumped up a couple of spots there, or maybe a spot, to P12 with a 21.7. Got me number. Just judging by my own time in League One, I believe I put a 21.2 in. So yeah, I mean, I've always thought myself to be at the same, getting to the same level as the Bearded Dave, the Maniac, Swanshanks. We always seem to be there or thereabouts when we race together. So, not safe yet, but in fact, he might be. I think the Maniac will be. I think Scooby Stu will be okay unless he's lost it. I didn't see where he retired. So Kinsel, if he's not getting out, there's a yellow flag in sector 3, so that will be a car off retiring in the pits. Don't know how long. Swanshank says he did better than the rain last race. Yeah, you see, well, you've got the last two, whatever challenge, mate. As Drago says, what's up? Yeah, sorry about the quality this afternoon, mate. It's my internet's getting sorted for next week. There's definitely a problem with something, and the engineer can't come out. I tried to get a replacement for the stream, but unfortunately, we've got to kind of grin and bear it today. But I do appreciate 32 people watching. I'm trying the best I can. My only personal problem with 2021 are the curbs, as Dabrev mentioned. It's a little bit ridiculous. Other than that, I love the new challenges, but man, they seriously need to sort something out with the curbs. Yeah, I mean, we're so in I think it was Tommy in Champions League. He took the turn. He was going through the turn. I don't know if he should have been battling through the turn, but he hit a curb and his car took off. You just saw the car behind underneath Tommy's, man. Not a lot of it, but it wasn't that high, but it was noticeable. So it looks like, yeah, that's Q1 done. So Swanshanks is going to start P20, Yash is going to start 19th, Kinsel Styles is going to be 18th, Jake Wilson's going to start P17, Han is going to be 16th, Jonesy is going to start 15th. So we're going to have 14 drivers through to Q2, which is Paige, Scooby Stu, Maniac, Big Boy, Bearded Dave, Broken Arrow, Peter, Peter, Andy Lou, Haywire. I'm really impressed with Haywire's position in there, but I'm not surprised by it because I know who he practices with, and the guys he practices with are top draw drivers, so it's only to be expected, really. The same with Cody in 5th. We all know who his old man is as well. Villa there, very nice time from Villa. Haven't been able to see so much of Villa, like I say, the last couple of races I've seen of him haven't gone his way. Lennon there in P3. Oh, you got into the 19th. Well done, Lennon. So we've got Lennon, Senna and Nizzy there, the 3 drivers in Q1 who got into the 19, so well done to you 3 right there. Are them 3 going to be the podium at the end? We shall see. Yes, Tommy says, yeah, he just hit airplane mode. You did, really. I can't, like I say, I don't know if you should be battling there or things like that, especially when it comes to Champions League. You guys are the boys, man. Even Premier League. But yeah, these curbs are mental. Groove Ninja. The curbs theoretically took me out hours ago. Yeah. Oh, Haywire practices with you. Oh, does he practice with you as well? Yeah, well, I know he's... So there's Groove Ninja, which I've seen a little bit of you, mate. I've still got to see more of you. So I wasn't going to form an opinion on you just yet, buddy. Yeah, there you go. And Max and Sam. Max and Sam, of course, are the 2 guys I was referring to. And two good racers, clean racers, polite guys in the Discord. You know, really doing well this season, I must say, in their respective divisions. Even though Sam doesn't feel he is, he's definitely doing great. Sam is, and Menace Max as well. The challenges them guys have got, crackers, fair play to you boys, hats off to you. So qualifying 2 now, 15 minutes, and like I say, we've only got 14 cars thanks to Jonesy in this session. So, but we're looking out for Jonesy to do much better in the race. So who was first out there? It's an Aston Martin again. Is that Cody getting more TV time? Yeah, there we go. Dad, look at me. Page says, what happened to Jonesy? He lost it through Lesbo 2 or Lesbos 2. Page. I mean, Tango was reserving as well, otherwise I wouldn't have battled him like that. Yeah, that's what I mean. You know who's on track, and yous aren't daft. You know, and it makes for great viewing. Honestly, it was great. But now there's even though yous are reserving, yous are still, yous have still got a race. So pretty much everyone is out on a lap now, on an out lap. We'll see it by the guys on the soft tyres, if they're just like scrub tyres off the previous qualifying session. However, they do need to be careful, because obviously less grip, you can lose it, excuse me, quite easily through these fast corners. Yeah, here says the curbs are annoying. Jonesy had a bounty on his head. Well, if Jonesy's trend from last season continues, then so we've got a 26.5 for sector 1 from Cody. That's evenly purple as well, evenly matching what Page did in Q1 I've seen. So that's a good start from Cody. Might be going for it on this lap. This banana bus that keeps chucking them octopuses in. I love it, mate. I don't know the meaning behind it. It's over my head. Yeah, Cody, of course, getting the TV time again. Back to Jonesy though. Last season, he seemed to, if he had a good quali, he had a bad race, and if he had a bad quali, he had a good race. So, fingers crossed, we'll see Jonesy come flying through the grid at the start of the race, or within the first few laps at least. So here we go then. Cody's going to come round the parabolical, and it's looking in the 20s. It is, with a 20.6. So I'm sure that's just a sandbagging lap from Cody, and we're going to have a Haas next. Is that Nizzy? Yeah, he's just starting his lap. So that'll be a Red Bull. Senna has to go again, as he is invalidated. So that's a Mercedes now. Big boy, but he's going slow to let. Is that the Aston? No, it's not. It's another blue car. Is it the Williams? Yes, it is. A Broken Arrow. No, it's the Alpine, sorry, a Broken Arrow. So he comes around the last corner now. What kind of time's he looking at? Looks like the 20s again, and he's on the mediums. Also, it's a 21.6 from Broken Arrow. And that's Big Boy with a 27.1. So them two guys on the mediums. Cody on the softs. I'm sure we'll see Cody out again later on with a fresh set of tyres on. You'll not want to start on them if they're his Q1 tyres. So we've got Sylvanex, there you go. He's going to put in a 20.9 as the Beard Dave puts in a 20.8. Got the Aston Martin, that's Haywire has retired. So is that Cody coming around again? Is that his in lap? It's certainly looking that way. Haas of Nizzy, he's got to go again, so that's 2 laps he's going to have on them tyres now. Ferrari of I. Peter's going to start his lap. Andy Liu now, he's going to start a lap as well. Is that the Bearded Dave coming around for a second bite at the cherry? No, it's not. It was an Alfa Romeo. No, it wasn't, because it was only 1. So I missed whoever put that lap time in, so it was Lennon, I believe. No, it wasn't, it was Senna. He's popped the time in there on the mediums of a 20.5. So that's a great lap from Senna. But he's got 2 laps on them. That's a very decent time indeed from Senna on the mediums. That's a 10th ahead of Cody. on the softs, but like I say, if Cody's going to start on the softs, going to want to put his fresh tyres on if he hasn't. As he says, decent medium run there. So that's a car broken hour coming into the pits. Oh, no, it was Lennon again. Lennon, he's just put in a, look at that time, a hundredth quicker than Senna is Lennon. So there you go, them two guys are part of the top three the last qualifying session. Or they're just waiting for Nizzy now. Those are the guys who are going to try to start on softs, going to put better times in. As we've just seen, there you go. Nizzy goes quickest overall in Q2 for this first lot of rounds, I guess. First lot of runs, but he's put 3 laps in on them. Ooh, so these three are depending on what happens and the rest of the field do. We've got the same top 3. This different order this qualifying session. Nizzy leads Lennon to Senna. We've got YouTube now. I see it. He's on the mediums as well. He's going to have 3 laps on these tyres as well. So is he going to get a good enough time here to get himself through? Oh, he takes a bit of grass there, so his exit wasn't too good there. He was compromised a bit. And it's only good enough for P11 from YouTube here, so he's going to have to pit again, and he's going to have to go on softs. Possibly look to start softs. Unless he wants to just go out into Q2. Like I say, it's completely his choice. Page on an out lap at the minute. She's about to come through with Scary. As my TV's about to turn itself off. Can't have that. There we go. So, who's that now? So it's Peter. Still on the medium tyres. Is he going for it? No, he's not. He's coming into the pit. So we've got the 2 Haas guys. So I think Page is just on an out lap and Nizzy is on his in lap. There we go. So back on board with the birthday girl. He's going to try to set a lap on the soft tyres. So she's coming down into turn 1. She's braking it. Yeah, gets a bit of curb. Ooh, a little wide on that turn 2, but she's kept it all on track. So she's going to come around the Curva Grande now, a complete sector 1. She had a 26.5 last time out, so she's a little bit slower by 4/10. Will be able to go again. She's obviously put a purple sector time in for herself. All round Lesbos 1, not too wide there, keeping off that curb. That was a better Lesbos 2. Although a lot of guys do go up onto the curb, like me, yeah, like this game, I choose me lines not to hit the curbs. So coming up with a Scary now, how wide? So she could go a little bit over the green on that curb, avoids the rumble strips, but that's a good turn, that's a good second part of that chicane. She's getting a good exit, so she's down the back straight now. Coming up with the parabolical, breaking it down into 5th gear, hanging it round such a hard corner, up the 6th, up the 7th, 8th gear. So what's Page looking at this lap? It's a 22.5, and that's P11 for Page at the moment. So at the very least, she'll get, if she does go out P11, she'll get a free soft choice of tyres. So we'll jump on board with Scooby Stew now. So he's going to come through the first chicanes. He's put a purple first tap in. Oh, but he took all that curb, and you see how badly that disturbed his car. Fair play to him to slow it down, but like young Tommy, that was airplane mode engaged. So he's got to go again. So as you can see, Lennon, that's what caught my eye. He has changed to the soft tyres just in case. Senna, he's going back out on the mediums. That's a very strange decision for me, but nevertheless. Ooh, he got that all wrong there, so I think he's just going to come straight back in. I do believe Senna is. Why you would want to waste them tyres, especially if you're going to start on them, I do not know. So Driver's now coming out, so Scooby Stew, yeah, that's brought him back into the pits. Maybe he might jump onto the softs and up the start on the softs. So Maniac got a decision to make as well, currently 13th, definitely quicker. Haywire, there we go. Is that him on his way out on the softs? There we go. Hey, I'm getting the hang of this. Mind you, Haywire, mate, before you start your lap, don't listen to me, you keep listening to Max and Sam. Oh, coming out of the pit lane there, got that all wrong, but kept it off the grass, no damage on them tyres. So Senna is going, and there you go, that's 3 laps. So I'm just wondering that the fact that Nizzy and Lennon put 3 laps on their mediums, Senna's doing the same. However, Senna's going to do an extra out lap and an extra in lap on them as well. So theoretically, in my opinion, Senna's got now the worst set of tyres out of the 3 of them. Which Cody is retired again in the pits. So P4 for Cody. Got to feel he's safely through. I must have got it all wrong, and he must have used a fresh set of tyres. Yeah, he's took the risk and retired in the pits. No, I think you say I do believe you're safely through, mate. And of course, I don't want to jinx it. I was just saying about your tyres. If you put that timing on your tyres you used in Q1, then God, your tyres are going to be dead as well. But I was obviously wrong about that. Sorry, so Bearded Dave, he's going to try to improve, and improve he does with a 20.6. Very decent time there from the Bearded Dave. I believe that will get him through as well. Andy Liu still in the pit, yellow flag, sector 1. So he's got a couple of minutes, he's got to make a decision. There we go, Villa, a couple of laps on his softs. Peter is coming into the pits. No, he just tucked it right in. So can Peter improve? Yes, he does. He goes P1 with a 20.0. So he's going to start that race for sure. The race for sure on the softs. So we've got the Maniac has retired in the pits. So we'll jump at the bottom then. So Cody is now on a knife edge. So we've got the other Mercedes of the big Scooby Stew. So Scooby Stew is starting the lap. Okay, so Aston Martin now with Haywire. He's 8 seconds down on this lap, so he's obviously made a mistake, and this is the run that counts for Haywire. So good luck to you, mate. We'll keep an eye on that. Got the Bearded Dave. He's going to be coming in. Suddenly dropped down to P7 has the Bearded Dave, because Broken Arrow and Silver have gone to 6th and 4th respectively, but in the pits Bearded Dave comes. So that's his teammate Senna. Senna 4 laps on them tyres now. That's crazy, he's going to start on them tyres. So Andy Liu now, he's about to start his lap. He has decided to come out. So definitely keep an eye on him. That's Peter, he's going to be on an in lap this time surely. Yes he is. So Page will be next. Page opting to stay out on the medium tyres. Can't you squeeze through? P10. Can't you get her ahead of the big boy? It's 9/10 she's got to find, and unfortunately she's down, but she has got time to go again. We're looking now at Haywire, just through a Ascari there. Oh, and he's onto the grass. He's coming around the final corner now. He's got his foot down. Can he get into the 20s? Oh, yes he does with a 20.9. That puts him P10 provisionally. So Page and Scooby Stew. So Scooby Stew's invalidated, so he's going to start P14. So it's all on Page now as she comes to the second Lesbos. What can Page do? Go DRS open, coming down that hill. Yeah, Cody, you're through, mate. The gamble paid off for you. There's only Page left to try to get herself through to P2. As Kitty Cat follows. Well, thank you very much for the follow, Kitty Cat. You are follower 881. Yo, I hope you're well. Welcome to the stream. Sorry if the quality's a little bit poor on your end. I am having some technical gremlins, which I've been assured I've rectified for next week. But anyway, welcome to the stream. And I hope you're well on this Sunday afternoon, evening, or even evening, or even morning. So Peter took P1 in the Q2 session. He's going to start on the softs. Medium tyres for Nizzy and Senna. Softs for Villa. I'm going to call you Silver because I see that S. So CGS Villa is going to be fourth on the softs. Then we've got Lennon on the mediums. Well, so he's going to start on the mediums. Broken Arrow, Bearded Dave going to start on softs. Cody took the gamble and retired and goes to P8 on mediums. I'm sure it said softs on my graphic. Sorry, mate, but he's going to start mediums. Andy Liu and Haywire are through to Q3 also, and they're both going to be starting on soft tyres. It's me, Lennon says, come on. So Lennon's happy with that. His Kitty Cat is Dutch. Ah, welcome. Of course, we do have a few Dutch drivers within the division. This Page says, how do people not know to get out of the way? We've got it. Yeah, we've got to be showing good awareness, guys. If you know if you're on a hot lap, fair enough. I did it myself. I was 8/10 up in front of Irish Nude Potato, and he just kept closing in on us, and I was on my lap myself, so I had to just carry on. But if you're on an out lap or an in lap, guys, got to be showing better awareness. Don't want to be blocking drivers. So it's going to be Nizzy this time who's going to lead them out into Q3. So we've got full 10 into Q3. 3 of them now, as I do believe the Alpine has just exited the pits. I'll try to get these colours right. Half a second up through the first chicane and lost it when all they were slowing. Yeah. They haven't been to Specsavers yet. Yeah, some of them need to... You don't want to be one of them guys who gets that kind of reputation. So... I can't tell you to be quicker because that's not right to us, but I can ask you to be a lot more careful when we're out on track. I hate it when I impede someone, so we should all have that mindset, because if you don't like being impeded, don't impede other people. So then, Q3 underway. Nizzy's out ahead there, car number 27, the Haas driver, looking for his first points of the season. Oh, as he drifts round turns 1 and 2 and goes a little wide, but that might have been lag, but he has slowed right the way down, so that might not have been me, as it has caused a sector yellow flag. That might have been for Haywire. Yeah, it's only I'm noticing you might be a little bit too bunched up here, guys. But again, I'm not the expert, so Nizzy has getting out the way to let Cody past. And likewise Haywire. So if Haywire has timed this right, he could get a good little bit of slipstream off his teammate. However, Nizzy's going to get... Oh, that'll be Nizzy getting some slipstream. There you go, he's just pulling right out the way. That's what we like to see. Knowing where you are. Lennon has left the session. Hopefully he can get back onto that invite and get back in. Thankfully I am not the host of the session today, and unfortunately Haywire has spun in Ascari. So he needs to keep that wheel on and get back in and get ready for just get himself composed, get ready for that final run. As we've seen, yeah, it was just Haywire again. So Cody now, he's come round parabolical and he's going to set the first time of a 20.2. That's a much better 4/10 up from his last sector time. Peter's next. What can he do? He puts a 21.2 in, so I'm sure more time to come from Peter. Lag, yeah. Like I said, Dave puts a 21.5 in. Unfortunately, like I say, technical gremlins for me the day on my end. I assure you they are being sorted for next week. I pay enough money so they're going to bloody do it. As Senna goes provisional pole with a 19.6. There you go, Senna. One of the guys we know has got the pace. Got into the 19s in Q1. So more than expect him to do the same as Villa, and Andy Liu have put their times in with a 20.3 and a 20.7 respectively. So that'll be, who's that next coming through? Is that here? No, Haywire's gone again, so Cody has got to be in on his, oh, sorry, I'll get these up forward. He's got to be on his in lap. Yeah, he's going very slow and his fuel lights flashing, so it's Nizzy. Let's see if he's just going to be coming at the pits. There we go. Peter gets out the way nice, that's what we like to see. Didn't have to go onto the grass, mate, you could have stayed on the other side of the track. But he is look like he's going for it, isn't he? So as we know, you get 2 laps with this fuel level. And he is, and he goes P2 there, 2/10 behind Senna with a 19.8. And YouTube back into the pits. And Lennon still in the pits, hopefully he's back into the session. And he's straight back out, so Haywire looking to get a banker lap in and then back in to go again. Let's see, is any of these, oh, Broken Arrow going slow. Villa is plodding on and he's moved up to P3 with a 19.8. Great lap from Villa there. That's the first time he's into the 19s today. Well done to you, sir. So Andy Liu into the pits. And am I pressing the wrong button? No, I am not. So it's Nizzy is over 2 seconds down, so that'll be his in lap. So then, back on board with Haywire. He'll be the only guy out on track. And 30 viewers for this League 2 race. Thank you for joining. Just halfway through Q3 now. Oh, Haywire looking a bit shaky through a Scary. Oh, there we go. Lennon's in and he's out on his, and he's on an out lap. So we'll jump straight on board with oh, sorry, not Lennon. Sorry, Leon. Leon, I do apologise, mate. It's that double N. It's not how I'm used to seeing it. So anyway, Haywire coming down straight into turn 1, turn 2. Ooh, a little bit of a back end flip coming out to turn 2 there, but that looked alright up until that moment. He's coming down Curva Grande. What kind of first sector times he's looking to put in? 26.4. That's a 10th quicker than what we've seen. I'm using for reference. He's up at the minute, I will say. Looking good. Yeah, through Lesbos 1. Through 2, that's a good corner. Goes at it straight away. He's coming down the hill, under the bridge. Braking just about the 100 metre board. There we go, swings it in. Oh, didn't get to see how much he turned at that, but he's a bit wide. He hasn't invalidated though. Wanted to miss that curb where he hit the last time, and he has done. And he's lucky as Nizzy has gone quickest with a 19.1. Where on earth has he just pulled that time from? Where on earth? That's half a second quicker than Senna. As Haywire goes up to 6th. But what a time there from Nizzy. That is an absolutely stonking time, mate. Half a second quicker than Senna. So, Senna, has he got an answer? We'll be keeping an eye on Senna as he's just starting his lap. But it's going to be Leon next, coming through Ascari. Had to battle that Alpine of Broken Arrow there. I hope he didn't get in his way. Leon now coming up the parabolical, sweeping it in right. Yeah, avoids that inside curb. Gets his left wheels over the line, but didn't seem to do anything too bad. And it goes P3 with a 19.8. So we've got 4 drivers into the 19s now. That's 100th again. Not even, is it a, not even, well, it's 100th in a bit. 4 drivers in the 19s. Well done, lads. I'm sure I'll be able to, oh. Here we are getting it all wrong again, coming through Ascari. But if he's on his in lap, that don't matter, mate. Don't let that affect you. So we've just seen someone jump up, and that's Cody. Cody's into the 19s now with a 19.8. Oh, he's looking for 2 podiums in a row, him. Great lap there from Cody. These guys, Senna, Leon, Silva, have they got an answer? So then, it's Leon again. As we see, Senna has improved. We've missed him, but he's still in P2 with a 19.3. Still a couple of tenths off Nizzy. So more time to find. So around the final corner, Leon comes now. And it's looking good. It's looking very good this lap. There you go, with a 19.1. Puts himself, oh, that's 300ths behind Nizzy. Into P2. What a time there, lads. These times in Q3 are not what I expected at all. Hats off to yourself. That's 5 drivers now into the 19s. Well done, gentlemen. Well done indeed. So Peter is looking a bit slow. I think he's on his in lap. Yes, he is. So is that Haywire? He's just getting out the way. So has Cody got more time? No, he's into the pits also. Is that the Red Bull of the Bearded Dave? Yes, it is. Bearded Dave now. Oh, he's 8 tenths up. Puts himself into P6 with a 20.1. That's a very decent lap from the Bearded Dave. It's Paige, I didn't realise, left, but she is back into the session. Keep an eye now. Andy Lou still P7. So here we are now. Oh, his fuel lights flashing. I hope he can get that lap in. Currently going to start P10. Broken Arrow. No, so it's back to Leon now. I'm going to assume no fuel light flashing, so he could be going again. Nope, but he is into the pits as we've got a yellow flag, sector 3. That'll be for Cody retiring in the pits. So he feels he's got no more left. As they will go, Villa puts it P4 with a 19.6. Go knocks Cody down to 5th. So Bearded Dave now. Oh, it's not Bearded Dave, sorry, it's a Broken Arrow. He's coming around the final corner, but he's 20 seconds down, so he'll be coming into the pits. I'm afraid he's going to start P9, so here we are, more than likely P10, yes, as he's invalidated. Broken Arrow P9, Peter P8, there you go, the checkered flag falls. Checkered flag falls. Bearded Dave comes into the pits. Andy Lou, yes, he's going to cross the line. And he's 800ths down, up, sorry, but it keeps him in P6. Bearded Dave, let's say, in the pits, so Nizzy can just back out, knowing all well that he is going to start this race in pole position. Well done to Nizzy. 300ths of a second ahead of Leon. And Senna is going to start P3. CGS Villa is going to start P4. Cody is going to start P5. Bearded Dave is 6th. Andy Lou 7th. I Peter's in 8th. Broken Arrow is going to start 9th. And Haywire in 10th. Guys, that was a cracking qualifying 3 session. I will be back just after a quick drink. There we go. So Nizzy is going to start this race on pole position. As Haywire says GG. As Leon says GG boys. And Cody says good luck. Yes, 33 viewers joining me for this League 2 race start. Thank you very much. So, taking on from a very tough track last week in Hungary. Round 2 now in Monza. I have stressed to the guys and in the Discord not to do nothing stupid. Only 9 people finished the race last week out of a full 20 grid. Got to look for better. I know it's early doors, but the sooner we'll get working on these things, the sooner we can get them out of the way. Like I say, I'm never ever going to say I expect them to be quicker, but safety wise, always improve on safety. So here we go, strategies are chosen, and Nizzy is going to lead us away on the hot lap. Marshall's there just flying the green flag. The drivers know they're safe to go. So, we'll get the tyres on then. As we see, the top 3 all on medium tyres. Villa there in 4th on softs. Going to look to be making pressure. Looking to pressurise the top 3 early doors. Hopefully make a move up that grid. Cody, the only other driver in the top 10 to start on medium tyres. Hopefully doesn't feel himself under too much pressure straight off, but because that's what you know BL Dave, Andy Lou are going to try to do. Both them guys very competent drivers. The thing is, they're not stupid. They're not going to go for stupid dive bombs, thankfully. Hopefully see good races out of them. Peter in 8th, Broken Arrow 9th, YouTube, Haywire in 10th. Drivers all starting on softs as well. So that leaves the guys from 11th who had a free choice of tyre. Big Boy is in 11th, Page in 12th, Maniac in 13th, Scooby Stew in 14th, all up to start on the medium tyres. With Jonesy and Han right in the middle of another group of 4 players of Jake Wilson, Kinsel Styles, Yash and Swanshanks on mediums also. So there we go. So 2, 4, 6, 8 drivers opting to start on the softs. Now what's going to happen in this race? Whose strategy will come to fruition? Who's got the IQ to put in a good race? As we see the cars starting to ghost each other now as the AI takes control and starts lining them all up. Oh sorry mate, I missed that one. Can you get an invite? I think you're back in. Yeah, you've got to use the same invite. So you just hop back on to the same invite. It should get you in. Hopefully it'll let you take your car now as the guys start to load up. Yeah, Bradfield says just use same invite. Cheers mate, I'm still getting used to bouncing my eyes around the screen to screen and different parts of the screen. We're just having a look. There we go, the drivers are lined up. You can hear the 5 red lights. And they're out, and away we go straight away, and that's a good start by the front 2 and the front 4. Someone in the background got a bad start though as they're coming down. There's 3 wide going into turn 1. Nizzy looks good. Cody's up into 3rd. He's had a cracking start as they're coming round turn 1 and through turn 2. It's all looking pretty. Oh, is that it? No, it wasn't. It was just a little bit of a wobble there from the Aston Martin, but we do have a virtual safety car. We do have a virtual safety car, and that's Page is gone. Oh, unfortunately, Page through turn 1 has been taken out as Haywire gets a 5-second penalty, Broken Arrow gets a 5-second penalty, Peter gets a 5-second penalty, Han has picked up a 5-second penalty, Kinsel Styles has picked up a 5-second penalty. I don't know if there's 5 seconds, let's have a quick look. We are under virtual safety cars. Kinsel Styles already has picked up 8 seconds worth of penalties, and we've only completed a sector. That has to be some kind of record from Kinsel there. But yeah, 5-second penalties across the board. Gotta be, this is what I'm on about, by awareness, people. Get rid of that. Yeah, so it's now turned to a full safety car. And it was a little coming together towards the middle and back of the pack as I was scrolling down the pack coming out of turn 2. I believe I got all the way down to an Aston Martin. Was it Aston Martin? Andy Liu. So yeah, might actually have been down to Broken Arrow, to be fair. I got halfway through the grid, and then all of a sudden virtual safety car popped up. Page's car is halfway in between turn 1 and 2 as Haywire's picked up another 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, his race start's gone from bad to worse. Nizzy, I don't know where he is at the moment. He's down to 9th. But as we can see, certainly not. So something has happened. I was going to say, Nizzy was leading the race when the virtual safety car came out, and which has now changed to a full course caution. So that's why I assumed he jumped into the pits. But yeah, coming through turn 1, unfortunately. Yeah, Page, I don't know. We didn't catch it on screen. But unfortunately, Page's race has been cut very short. Let's put Kinsel in P1, but he most certainly is not. So you should be in spectator menu. If you press square button, Sooty, it'll be spectator. Then scroll along to select driver, and your name will be highlighted in green. Well, it was in the last game. Then you press X, and then you move down to take control, mate. So then pit stops. Who's made early pit stops? There we go. So Haywire, as we know, because he picked up a 5-second penalty. Kinsel also into the pits, and Han has made a pit stop. Both timings sort themselves out. No, they're not, because Leon is not 2 minutes behind Nizzy, as we know. That's all good, mate. Don't be, well, I appreciate you saying sorry. So give everyone a chance to settle down, and to see with these timing screens, look, they've all gone Pete Tong. But I think the order might be correct. We'll find out. So Nizzy is leading the race with Leon in 2nd. Cody is in 3rd. He's getting ahead of Senna, who was in 4th. Again, I did say in Q2, I feel Senna started on the worst tyres. So a medium soft for Senna. Oh, it sounds so much difficult. Here we go. Villa should be hopefully getting into his car. Oh, we'll get back the tyres for you. So Haywire's pitted for a set of soft, so he's going to definitely have to pit again. Han, mediums, obviously got to pit, going to pit again for softs. And Kinsel for softs, going to pit for mediums. Unfortunately, Villa is not in his car as at the moment. Andy Liu is in 6th. Safety car, is it coming in? I don't think it will be, because of Kinsel being so far back. There we go, lights are still on. So Bearded Dave currently in 7th. I think once Villa gets into his car, the times should sort themselves out. Broken Arrow, he's going to be 9th. Yash is in 10th. Good start by Yash. Let's have a quick look at the position changes. There we go. 9 positions off the start from Yash as Leon's out the race. Something's happened to Leon from P2. Here he is, just at the pit entry. Car's there. I don't have a clue what's happened to Leon there, but he's out of the race. So Cody now is up into P2. Very well done from Cody, but yeah, Yashi there. Up 10 positions. Great start from Yash. Big boy up position. Swanshanks up 7 positions. Scooby Stu, Jonesy, Jake Wilson all up 3 apiece themselves. Wow, great start there from Yash. Hope you can keep it going, mate. F1 2021 is where your car glitches into the barrier. Yeah, mate, I mean, all looking good. And next thing I know, your car's just stopped in, like it was in the middle of the pit lane. As the Maniac picks up a 5-second penalty from a collision with Haywire. Haywire, I think you just need to calm it down a touch, my son. I think that one will be getting taken off. Yeah, we'll go then. Safety car is in this lap. Oh, what? There we go, the times are back. Quick check. There we go, Villa is in his car. Senna, so Nizzy is going to start them away. So have a look at the cars behind, just weaving away, getting some heat into them tyres. So the top 3 now, medium runners, and they've got 5 guys behind them on soft. And Nizzy's gone, and he's caught Cody. He's caught Cody out, and it looks like Senna's. Yeah, oh, Cody's gone into the barrier. Cody has gone on the safety car restart. And what a start Nizzy got there. Totally got the better of Cody there on that restart. Cody couldn't control his car, unfortunately. Senna overtook him, but it was before the start finish line, so he had to drop back, and already that's allowed Senna to put nearly a 2-second gap, Nizzy to put a 2-second gap between him and Senna. We've seen it in other races before. Oh, we've got a move there made by Andy Liu on Villa as they're coming down to the first chicane. Andy Liu, and they're going, oh, they've touched and they've spun. They've touched and Villa has spun. Andy Liu has spun. They've collided, wheels coming through that first chicane, and they've both taken a spin. So now that puts Peter up into third. Very early on, we've got 3 drivers out. We've had an incident between another 2 who've dropped right into the back of the grid nearly. Andy Liu has dropped to the back. So that's another safety car. And I don't know what that one's for. Don't know what's triggered that safety car. Broken Arrow gets a 5-second penalty for a collision with Bearded Dave. Guys, you've got to take it easy under safety car conditions. Got to slow it down. As, unfortunately, Cody used some text that's now been deleted. Yeah, he totally got caught out on that safety car restart and sent it into the barrier exactly at this point. Well, I'm not sure about exactly, but at the point where Leon got glitched into the wall as the Maniac picks up 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. So then a lot of cars coming into the pits, Senna being one of them, and he's going to go hard till the end. So Senna may have well, he definitely has changed up his strategy now, because he started on mediums, but as we're onto the second safety car, hards he feels will go at the end. Careful coming through 1 and 2 there, mate. Them tyres will be a little bit colder. So who else? Peter Hayes came in for mediums from P3. Does he feel them? He can get them till the end. It's going to be a case of seeing how good his tyre management is this race. As Jonesy gets past Swanshanks, I don't know what's happened there. Whether Swanshanks has just went too wide. Once he's off track, Jonesy's allowed to get that position, I think. Yeah, so yeah, Broken Arrow pitted. Kinsel has pitted. Is the same as Senna. Hards till the end. Maniac the same. Hards till the end. Andy Liu for mediums. Here we are. 2 lap old softs has managed to catch himself back up to the pack already. So let's see, is this a short safety car? We've seen them come in so late. No, it's not going to be a late safety car because we've got plenty of cars at the back there. But it was here yesterday, I'm sure, no, on Friday, when the safety car decided to come in. There was no time for anyone to react. So we're going to have one more lap. So Bearded Dave now. Bearded Dave 6 laps on them softs. His hand gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Bearded Dave in second is going to be pitting soon, I guess, as is Jonesy. As is Villa, who's made his way back up to 9th after that incident. All seems very slow, yeah, but safety car we are looking to get in this lap. Nope, probably not. The cars do seem a bit far back. Now that Han and Broken Arrow have pitted, Han putting on hards. Broken Arrow putting on mediums there. Bradfield can have a full second. Not on your Nelly are you getting into this division, mister. Not unless Jake like flips the divisions on the head. Everyone from Champions League are now racing League 2. Nah. But no, if you're a full-time driver, no, then you would compete. But at the same time, we're now going to be, it's going to be more a case of looking at Nizzy, definitely. Senna, I mean, Jake's obviously seen the pace of the guys at the top, or in a league above. Quali pace, the top 5 got into the 19s. I must say there were 19-1s, and they were pretty good times, like. Yeah, you might get a podium. Kieran says he'll join you, it's always a dry race. Well, it has been so far. There you go, safety cars came in just like that. How quick it can come in, that caught me totally off guard. And it didn't look at that, it has. Bearded Dave hasn't read it either, he's a second already. Now neither has. Oh, Yash is going to make the move on the inside of Bearded Dave, coming through turn 2. That's something. No, yeah. I was going to say there was going to be a touch there, but you saw Yash move that wheel. And he has let Bearded Dave have that position back. Jonesy up into 4th now, looking for a good long stint on these softs. I don't have a clue when these two guys are going to come in, but they've got to come in sooner rather than later before them tyres go dead. Ooh, Yash, bit difficult there through Lesbos 1, as we've got another yellow flag at the back. That looks like it's for Kinsel. Hasn't getting a good. He hasn't getting onto them tyres very well at all. So Yash now has lost that position to Jonesy, so the guys in 2nd and 3rd, after 2 safety cars, are still on the same set of tyres they've started on, and that's another yellow flag, and that's another safety car. Another safety car has been triggered, and I have no reason why Bert Meyerlander has came out. And that's baffled me. As Sarah says, yeah, this race is mad. Yeah, mate, that's 2 safety cars in a row without a DNF. I have no godly idea what's going on, but that's obviously our field's helped Bearded Dave, it's helped Jonesy. It's going to give them a free pit stop. That's to mediums till the end. Yep, Bearded Dave gets mediums. As I say, a few more guys now coming in to pit on the hards. Nizzy comes in for hards. So yeah, he's decided safety car number 3. Senna's in a good spot. Yeah, mate. I don't think the race will get restarted, and that someone's Wi-Fi connection is mine. Unfortunately, we knew it was kind of, well, we half anticipated. On my end, everything seems fine. Honestly, I'm hardly seeing any cars lag, and I'm not feeling any lag or anything. But then Jake shows us it from his end, and it's like, well, I'm red. So, but I have been on with Virgin Media. They're getting it sorted. Like I say, my PlayStation, it's as old as Theo. Honestly, it's one of the original PlayStation 4s. So it doesn't accept 5G Wi-Fi. So, but I feel like I've gone back to dial-up internet connection. All I can do is apologise. So with that, giving guys chances to pit, we've got a Mercedes 1-2, a Big Boy and Bearded Dave, Big Boy and Scooby Stew. God knows why I said Bearded Dave. Jake Wilson though has moved up into third. Still to pit. Still on them tyres he started with, as are the top three. So I'm going to quickly take a stab and say that they're the only drivers not to have made pit stops. And there we go. So Kinsel is currently in 9th and he's made 3 pit stops. Wow. Fair play. Yeah, Senna leading the guys who have pitted. Savant, welcome mate. Good to have you back. Hope you're well, buddy. And Bradfield's watching Jake now. It might be an overtake in a minute. Yeah. Again, we know Jake Wilson is the boss. He's going to get his elbows out and try to barge his way past these two Mercedes. Nah, we know Jake's a good driver. And that's comment 100 for the day. Thank you very much. TV's going off soon. Yeah, we don't want his head to get too swelled. You'll not get him out the house if it swells up too much. But yeah, safety car is in this lap. So Jake's effectively let the two Mercedes off, and he's going to power down to try to time it. No, he hasn't timed it. So he could be basically at full pelt when he was coming out the corner. So they've gone now, and Jake's read that very well, and he's right at the gearbox of Scooby Stew now. Scooby Stew's pushing him over. Scooby Stew's pushing him off track. Well done, Scooby Stew, to correct it, but he did force Jake off track there. But he didn't lose any pace. He's overtaking him into second. Now he makes inroads on Big Boy. As Andy Lou's getting overtaken by Broken Arrows, they come through turn 2. They're having a little ding dong. All relatively clean there so far, but Han unfortunately this time has come a cropper, and she's dropped down a couple of positions through turn 1. Nizzy just overtaken Kinsel. Kinsel's going to battle him through the first chicane, but Kinsel backs out. That's good sportsmanship there. Yellow flag, sectors 1 and 2, and unfortunately that's for Han again. Them hard tyres just won't be hot enough, or might be too hot, and they're just in a really bad place. But Senna has made his way back up into 4th, and he's now pressurising Scooby Stew. As we know, the top 3 haven't pitted yet, so effectively there is another safety car. How we got another safety car? We're getting safety cars for drivers spinning now, are we? Did Jonesy crash? I don't know, Jamie. I really don't know. But he's missing an M plate there, so he's got to come into the pits, and the fact that it's a safety car has helped him out. But again, I don't know what's going on with this lobby as Jake Wilson's into the pits. we've had 3 safety cars in a row. As we see Han go well wide into the wall there. She's going to have to come into the pits. 3 safety cars now and not even a DNF. Oh my days. Oh God, 29 years still with us. We'll see the super speedy Williams mechanics there come out to service Han for a new wing and some new tyres. But yeah, we've had 3 safety cars in a row and not even a DNF. I mean, that is absolutely ludicrous by this game. Again though, big boy Scooby Stew, excuse me, still not pitting. They're still on them original tyres they started from. So they're looking for just to go straight onto the softs as I've get back onto tyres. Wow. So then, what do you want us to waffle on about now? Well, go down, we'll see what sticks out then. So Senna back up into 3rd. Theoretically is leading this race. I cannot see either Mercedes being able to get a pit stop ahead of Senna. No disrespect to them guys. Ooh, excuse me, as Peter has made his way back up into 4th. Broken Arrow up into 5th. Getting very close there to Peter. Yeah, just keep the distances guys. You can have 10 cars between you. As you know, keep it of about 6 or 7, you'll be good. Yeah, Andy Liu up into 6th, Nizzy back up into 7th. Bearded Dave 8th, Haywire back into 9th after an indifferent start, shall we say. These obviously latter safety cars have helped him out, and I do apologise, these safety cars are getting us bored. Halfway through the race and we've had 4 safety cars. 3 of them have been triggered because of spins. It's going to be a fantastic finish though. Stick around guys, you're not going to want to miss this. I really feel cars are going to be out of position and they're going to just power through the field. Might be under the safety car, but I've got to credit the guys, only 3 out so far. Page unfortunately, ooh, as we're seeing Alpine, is that Jonesy getting a bit too close? No, it's not Jonesy. So many blue cars, I don't know. But yeah, Leon Page, not a clue what happened. Turn 1 incident went on there. Leon got glitched into the wall. And Cody unfortunately lost it on a safety car restart, which we are having. Yes, we are. I went too far, so Senna making a move into turn 1 on Scooby Stew. Goes to the inside line, Scooby Stew goes wide to get the inside line coming through, but he's lost that position and he's under pressure now from Peter. And we've got another driver dropping down the order. Is that just the times? But they're swapping and changing, and there we go, there's a Ferrari. That's Scooby Stew and Peter have come together. Scooby Stew's out the race and Peter has got no front wing whatsoever. So coming through Curva Grande, the Ferrari and the Mercedes have had a coming together. That's a yellow flag, sector 1 and 2. Is it going to be another safety car? Straight after the safety car restart. I don't think it's going to be though, guys. I think we're going to be good to go. I think the VSC would have came out first and then switched it. Them cars look like they're going to get moved. That car looks like it's going to get moved. Now can Peter get to the pits? He's going to be holding cars up. There you see, he's got no wing whatsoever. So YouTube, Haywire Has made his way back up into 6th. He's going to be under pressure from Jake Wilson soon, but he's under pressure from Silva. So jump on board as Silva tries to make a move on the boss, but Silva is on hard tyres. Jake Wilson's on fresh softs. Here I got 5 seconds for some reason. Yeah, he's had a few. As Silva comes into the pit, he must be abandoning them hard tyres to go for softs. Maniac, no, Big Boy, he's coming to make his pit stop, so he's looking to go softs to the end. That's what's that, 12 laps on them. Is that alright? I don't know. Jake the Slayer. Eh? That said green flag racing. There's another safety car. Hey, goodness gracious me. I'm getting too excited. I want to race. There's been too many safety cars. God almighty. Right. Let's rewind that. Oh, Senna has retaken the lead now. Has taken the lead of the race. Another safety car again. Yeah, Softs will make it at the end with a safety car, mate. I didn't even realise. That's how much attention I'm paying. I'm looking at the names. I'm looking at them switching up and down. Goodness me, another safety car. Did that get crossed for Scooby Stew? Wow. Jamie says, "Let's go, Senna." Yeah, he's back in pole position to get this race won. And again, another safety car. I have no idea of what's happened. But I did see Scooby Stew and Peter ever come together. Now it did say yellow flags 1 and 2, but then I assumed because Villa has dropped out the session once again, that's probably why he was pitted. But the AI pitted him. Yes. So, right. If that did, I apologise. I just assumed and I just kept on going like we were racing. So Big Boy and Peter move up because Han is into the pits. That's 5 and 15 laps. 3 of them caused just by spins. And Han is going to serve a 5-second penalty. So we'll just stay on board with Senna as Han catches back up, and that'll be Silva. Oh, there you go, Silva. Villa is back in the session. Well, I don't know how there wasn't any safety cars in bronze on Wednesday. But yeah, I would definitely don't know why there's been 5 safety cars. We've had 4 retirements, but like I say, the previous 3 to this one, no one DNF'd. So we'll just wait now for Bert Mylander to decide if he's going one more time, or is he going to let that... Oh, you got Villa there just coming round the Curva Grande now, so it looks like we could be just going for one more. Senna's going to have a little play with the safety car. Guys, give yourselves a bit more room as you come round. Don't want any needless 5-second penalties. And that's the bearded Dave into the pits. So he's going to be going to softs. Will he be able to catch up to the back of the pack? Yeah, very much a mixed grid from what it was at the start. I'm going to look, see if I entertain myself with some penalties. Yeah, now just Haywire and Kinsel with penalties. Everyone else will have served theirs. Stops wise, who stands out for stops? So Swanshanks has made 4, Kinsel's made 4, Hans made 4. Goes Senna, Andy Liu just making the 1. Broken Arrow in 3rd has made 2. Jake Wilson on a 1 stop up into 6th. Haywire though, 3 stops and he's in P5. Come on mate, have a very good finish to this race. Can we get 10 laps done? 9 laps even. As Banana Buster gets the octopus legs out again. Get them elbows out. So safety car is in this lap. Senna is now effectively that safety car. As they come through Ascari, when's he going to start slowing them down? A lot of drivers keeping up with the safety car I've seen. I did notice what Weisheng did in the safety car the 2 safety car restarts in Champions League. I'm not going to tell you because I noticed it. I don't want to give that away. It was great. Check it out if you missed it. Yeah, Senna's right on the tail. He's got to leave a very little, but he has gone. And he's getting a half a second lead over Andy Liu. As the Maniac drops down into 9th, he's lost a couple of positions off the start, but going into turn 1 again, it's Senna comfortably ahead of Andy Liu, who's more comfortably ahead of the McLaren of Yash, who looked like he had it coming together there with Broken Arrow, and Broken Arrow was a bit wobbly there, but everything's on track, okie dokie. As they come down Kerber Grande, everything's looking good. We've got a couple of cars battling though. We've got Jake Wilson. He's looking to make a position up on Broken Arrow. He's right on the gearbox. Is he going on the inside line? And he's don't know what's happened to there. But as I went on board, we've got Jake Wilson spinning. As Han gets a 3-second time penalty. Don't know if Broken Arrow cut him off there, but there was a definite coming together, and that's allowed Jonesy up into P5. So Alpine's doing very well. P4, P5. Swanshanks is up to 6th. Nizzy down into 7th. Big Boy 9th. Maniac 10th. So them 2 have swapped positions as well. Get on the tyres, sorry. Position changes. As we've got another yellow flag in sector 3. What's that for? Someone threw a Ascari there. That's Yash. Yash, unfortunately, he's had a cropper coming through Ascari. Again, so that's the Alpines up into P3, P4 now. Sorry, that's P3, P5 as the Williams of Swanshanks has taken P4 as Senna puts the fastest lap in, but Jonesy's battling straight back. There he comes down the right hand side of Swanshanks. He's going to have the inside line here into turn 1. Ooh, but there's a touch there. Looks like Swanshanks. Oh, and again, it's Swanshanks clipping both of Jonesy's front left and rear right. He gets a good exit and takes a position back off Jonesy. And Nizzy's hot on the tail of these 2. Going to be looking for some mistakes as he's closing in now on Jonesy. And he's on the inside. Oh, it's going to be tight coming. No, he backs out very wisely there, does Nizzy. These are the things we like to see. Don't be too silly. Senna's out the race. Senna is out of the race. He's lost it on Lesbos 1. Leading the race on the hard tyres. He's powered down too much and he is out of the race. Oh my God. That's 2 in a row now. After 2 rounds he's got it all to do. Andy Liu now. He leads the race. Nizzy up into 4th ahead of Jonesy. Swanshanks in a podium. Broken Arrow. We're still green flag. There's no safety car as yet. As Jimmy Wright gets a ton of messages deleted. I don't know what's gone on there, but Peter's lost a place to Jonesy. Oh, no way. Senna's come out of the Lesbos 1 as Big Boy comes at the inside and goes in the back of Jonesy. Oh my God, the bumping and sliding, and Peter's throwing his hand up. Big Boy's out the race now. Big Boy's out the race. Where's Big Boy's in the wall, were they? Oh my days, that last corner. 3 drivers now into that wall of DNF. There's a yellow flag. Do we have another safety car? Yellow flag sector 3. Guys into the pits. Yellow flag sector 1, 2 and 3 is YouTube's took a spin. Where's he at now? That's Lesbos 2. Oh my God, we're still yellow flags. Sector 2, sector 3. There's a car in the pits. That's the bearded Dave in again. Oh guys, it's all gone wrong on the day. No safety car, I'm just making sure before I get back in. Oh, we've got another yellow flag, we've got a yellow flag. Is that the bearded Dave? No, it's for Han coming through the second chicane there. After curve of Grand 8, and Jonesy's down into 10th. Wow, these guys, they're all over the place. Right, so Andy Liu now leading this race. This could be Andy Liu's first win I've seen of him. As he comes round now, he's going to start lap 21. He's got a 5-second lead as Yash picks up a penalty. I'm just trying to get me bearings. So it's Andy Liu, 4.5 seconds ahead of Broken Arrow, who's a 1.5 seconds ahead of Swanshanks. Nizzy on the hards is closing in on Swanshanks. Just put the fastest lap in, closing down on the inside line into turn 1. Is that a good line, or was it a little glitchy? But Swanshanks will give him a good berth. Here we go, we saw his nose come in as Haywire picks up a time penalty and Nizzy gets past Swanshanks for P3. Swanshanks, went up onto the curb there around curb of Grande. He's lost a bit of time, but I didn't fancy Swanshanks to make a daft move. I don't know if that's lag or a bit of drifting there by Nizzy, but Swanshanks is now alongside him into Lesbos 1. Backs out, looking for a bit of a switch back as he goes into Lesbos 2. What happened there? But I know Swanshanks touched the back of Nizzy there. It looked like it did. I don't know if that was lag. But Swanshanks all over the back of Nizzy down this straight. DRS open into Ascari and gets the move done easy there. Is Villa and the Maniac. The two Alpha Meros were... Are they both Alpha... no, both Alpha Tauris there. One on soft, one on mediums. Just getting past each other. Oh, what is that? Who's that? Is that Haywire? It certainly is. He's lost it out of Ascari again. As we're on to lap 22 now, Andy Liu nearly 5 seconds ahead of Broken Arrow. These mistakes earlier on are starting to mess this field all up now. Guys, I really didn't expect to see where they were. Broken Arrow now. Oh, that was a bit of lag though. I know he wouldn't have stopped there. So Nizzy, he's got a couple of seconds to make up. But he's still battling with Swanshanks, and that's only going to hinder him. There we go into the second chicane there. Oh, it looked like Swanshanks into the back of Nizzy again, but the wing's looking good. I don't know if it's just my lag or... So Swanshanks doing a bit of drifting there around Lesbos 1 into Lesbos 2. Looking good there. Is he still in DRS? Yes, he is. DRS enabled. But he's got Jake Wilson right up his tail now. So we'll jump on board with Jake Wilson, have a look at his PUV. As they're coming through Ascari now, as Swanshanks gets a penalty. So he's cut that corner there and picked up a penalty. As Jake Wilson runs wide. No warning for Jake Wilson coming up there for... no 3-second penalty, but maybe it's a warning. Swanshanks trying to break that slipstream, but Jake's just going to hold it steady. Keep his lines. Yeah, DRS on Swanshanks, and Jake Wilson now is up into 4th position. Nice and easy before we're going to turn 1, and he's going to make inroads now on Nizzy. 4 laps remaining now. 23, 24, 25, sorry, 5 laps remaining. Well, 4 plus this one. Can Jake Wilson's 10-lap old softs hold out till the end? But we know Nizzy's tyres are going to be good. And he's took a bit of a wobble there coming out of that second chicane, and that's let Jake Wilson pressure right up on his back. I was just about to say 1.5 seconds. He is bringing that time down to Broken Arrow. So he's going to be looking to get that 2nd place at least. Is there enough time to catch up to Andy Liu? Andy Liu now 5.5 seconds ahead of Broken Arrow. He's taken this race by the scruff of the neck. Now he's took the lead and he's going for it. Although a couple of tenths taken off. No, back on again, so Broken Arrow's just holding that. But Andy Liu looking for his first win, I do believe. I don't know how he went on in the previous seasons in PBE. And that's Haywire's out. Haywire's out. Is he going to cause a late safety car? That's to Ascari again. Ascari has been his kryptonite today. Haywire, unfortunately, he's going to DNF. In 14th, we've got Jake Wilson. Has getting past Nizzy. As we're seeing a bit of a lag issue there from me as I was going through the drivers. But Jake Wilson is ahead of Nizzy. Nizzy is going to try to apply that pressure. 14 lap old tyres. We've got Andy Lewis out of the race. Andy Lew is out of the race. He's lost it through Lesbos 1. Andy Lew in the same place Senna's done it. He's done exactly the same. Wow, there's his car on the right. Power down too early or too much curb, and it's just spun his back end round into the wall. And that's not another safety car. It's not a safety car, so on we go to the end. It's going to be 3 laps in a little bit now. So Broken Arrow is taking the lead of the race. Jake Wilson sits in second. Nizzy in third. Swanshanks needs to save hers, and Jake Wilson's going to need to save his tyre life as he's going to look to take the lead of the race, going into turn 1 on Broken Arrow, down the inside, looking for a little bit of a switchback, and oh, there's that lag. Don't know what happened there, but Jake Wilson just went right through Broken Arrow. That'll have definitely been my fault, but Jake Wilson is leading the race. Broken Arrow now under pressure. Straight from the off by Nizzy. Swanshanks, like Jake said, Jake the Slayer said, needs to save hers. There we go, he certainly does. But he's a second in this 1.6 behind Nizzy. 9 lap old tyres, and now Nizzy making inroads on Broken Arrow. Ooh, again, look to hit the back of him, but I think that's my point of view, I'm afraid, guys, as they're coming through Ascari. Again, I do apologise. I'm so embarrassed about the lack of quality. Going to get that sorted, I promise you. Because this has, for all the safety cars, has been a very entertaining race. 12 drivers still in it. Unfortunately, 2 drivers aren't going to get any points unless one of them gets the fastest lap from the back. But at this moment in time, Jake Wilson is 9/10 ahead of Broken Arrow in the lead of this Grand Prix. Nizzy is 9/10 behind. Jake Wilson's 9/10 ahead of Broken Arrow. Nizzy's 9/10 behind Broken Arrow. Can he get past Broken Arrow and get onto Jake Wilson? Get onto them soft tyres. This is what's going to be good. Can Jake Wilson? Oh, who's into the grass? He's into the grass and into the gravel. That cannot be good for that tyre. Especially that right rear, left rear, isn't it? It's that left rear that goes hot first, or at least it was in my race. That's what we've got there. We've got a new follower. Curry in a hurry. Yes, welcome, mate. Oh, I appreciate that. Don't worry. I appreciate that, mate. I really do. As we've got a yellow flag in sector 1 that looks like it's for Yash. Possibly was, or maybe his hand coming through turn 1. I just hope it's good enough for you to have an entertaining race. As we're getting down to the final lap now, Jake Wilson is 1.8 seconds ahead. Now, what's in store on this last lap? We've seen last lap action in previous races already this season. Can we get some more? It's a second and a half between himself and second place. Effectively, you could say he's doing the last to first challenge, although I think he started 19th, not 20th. We will have to see come the end. I've forgotten that already. I do apologise, mate. But Nizzy isn't able to catch up to Broken Arrow, so Broken Arrow looking good for P2, holding that 1.5 second lead. Oh, who's that? Who was in the gravel there? Was that Jake or was that a lapped car? Was that Jake or was that a lapped car? It was Jake, you know. Broken Arrow is right on the back of Jake. I told you, last lap action all the way. Can Jake hold it. The pressure is on now. We're going to stay on board with Broken Arrow. He's 3.5 tenths. He's closing in as he's going into Viscari. Is he going to go down the inside? No, he's not. He's going to back out. He's going to look for a good exit. Was that his mistake out? Yeah, mistake halfway through Viscari there. That's allowed Jake to pull away the lead. Oh, Jake went off the track there. Lost all his time, but unfortunately a mistake from Broken Arrow. Oh, mate. That's so unfortunate, but at the same time, Jake Wilson, you are so lucky. He's going to win and lose his wheel. But because of penalties, maybe he lost it too early. According to my graphic, Broken Arrow's won the race. Jake Wilson is in second and Nizzy's in third. Well, we know what's going to happen there. We're going to have him in the party and we're going to see what's happening. But I don't know if you could. Did he crash before the line? Did he? Oh, we'll have to have a steward's inquiry on that. But Kinsel started at the back as well. He's had a great race. Had incidents early on, but he's come back and he's took P4. Swanshank's in 5th again. In fact, Swanshank started last, didn't he? So he finishes P5. Definite shout for driver of the day as well. Same as Kinsel. In fact, most days are. Maniac finished in P6. Nice points after race 1. Peter in 7th. Silva is up in 8th. Jonesy's going to finish 9th. Yeah, Bearded Dave in 10th. And Yash is going to be 11th. And Han is going to cross the line in 12th. Curry in a hurry says great race. I have to concur, mate. Safety cars obviously mucked it up, but once that last lap, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And the finish of that race, guys, I've got to admit, I thoroughly enjoyed and I thought it was fantastic. Again, like to say, the DNF's coming down. Jake Wilson, someone took me out, more points than Jamie all season there. Jake just bottled the win by crashing. Well, we'll see. As I'm about to get the parties, it's my son just needs his tablet changing, so there you go. So Broken Arrow, Jake Wilson and Nizzy. I will quickly get them into the party. If you bear with. Got Nizzy, Broken Arrow, and Jake Wilson. So them guys like to join in. There we go. So like I say, according to my graphic there, Broken Arrow takes the win. Jake Wilson second, Nizzy's in third. Kinsel Styles in 4th, Swanshank's 5th, Maniac 6th, I Peter 7th, Villa 8th, Jonesy 9th, and Bearded Dave in 10th. So, quick look, need to see results vintage, so there they are, mate, sorry about that. Jonesy says it was an effing mess. Yeah, I've certainly definitely had its moments. Swanshank, some good battles. There was some good battles, absolutely. Some nice wheel-to-wheel action. Few people wheels touching there, seen. But we got there in the end. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And according to my screen, it is Broken Arrow who takes the win. Is that right, Jake? Because you were leading coming around the last corner. So we'll go off the graphics. So Broken Arrow, yeah, he takes P1. Fantastic race with you there, mate. Starting P9th. Not too good qualifying 3 for you, but obviously a lot better race. Did them safety cars help you out much?
Yeah, the safety cars helped me out a lot.
It absolutely was pure luck. Just as I was seeing, 2 drivers were leading the race. Both crash out at Lesbos 1. Obviously elevates other drivers further ahead. And you obviously being one of them, did you feel like you could, like right at the very last lap there, could you feel Jake made a mistake and you could have had him? And was it a mistake through the Scary that allowed him? Because I know I was having a bit of lag. Because you seem to close the... Absolutely, you've got that's what you've got to do. But again, absolute great race from you, maximum points for you this weekend, and that'll do you great for an early start. So congratulations on that win there, Broken Arrow. Jake Wilson, Pete, no problem, you're welcome mate. Jake Wilson, yeah, owner of the server, started on the back row, finishes in P2. Good race, mate. Didn't take advantage of them early safety cars at the start. Yeah. Yep, I think Burt Mylander had most fuel consumption that day. But yeah, definitely definitely need to work on that aspect of when to make moves and this, that and the other. Obviously lower tier, we may give them a bit of leeway, but like I was saying on stream, we do expect safety wise to improve. Obviously pace will come in time. Yeah. That's alright. There we'll go. So, but anyway, mate, good drive to finish in P2, and I've already forgotten who was third. Yes, of course it was Nizzy. Sorry about that, mate. Good podium for you the day, mate. Obviously, great throughout. How did you find that race? Did he not join the party? Oh well, did he? I could have must have been. Ah well. Oh, Theo says you couldn't hear anyone. I don't know why that's happened. Let's quickly check. I just create a normal party. Oh god. Yeah. I don't know if any of you guys have got your thingies. Yeah, I've just seen that. I'm checking my party settings now, so on Shanks, and yeah, apparently they didn't hear yous. I don't know if, like I say, that might be my connection, guys, and it's not sharing your voice, but I've always got it on allowed. Way aye. Right, well, instead of going through all that again, guys, thank you very much for your... Oh, you didn't join the party. Cheers, we got there in the end. Well done, guys. Take care, and everyone watching, thank you very much for tuning in and sticking with it. And I hope you enjoy your Sunday's evening. So until Thursday for round 3 in Austria, Thursday night. I'll catch you then. Well, I won't catch you then. I'll be watching, but championship back Thursday night in Austria. Till then, everybody, take care.